Welcome, everybody. This is Frederick Obaredo, also known as the Billionaire Mentor. Today, we are going to be having an exciting time. Like I promised, today we are going to be teaching you on how to start from ground zero. Remember, this is Billionaire's Mentor's view. Okay, so this is our view about it. This is how to start from zero. I call it starting from ground zero. So, last episode we are teaching on why the poor remains poor, and we shared a lot, and a lot of people loved the episode. A lot of comments, and we are asking several questions. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this very episode because a lot of people want to start, but they don't know where to start from. And many people say they don't have opportunities, they don't have the right background, they don't have capital. I was speaking to someone, I think that was last week, and he was talking about there are ideas, but there is no capital. There are ideas. If you want to take loan, the interest rate is so high in Nigeria. That's if they will even give you loan at all. So we got talking, and I told him something like, there is a level too that your knowledge can generate capital for you, and you don't need to take loan when you're trying to start up an idea. Mostly when it's the first time, you don't need loan. You might get into trouble. So how can somebody start from ground zero? So I'm going to be sharing with you just 3 points today. I know there are several other points, but these 3 are the major points. The first step to start from ground zero is developing the right mindset. You need to understand that you are at ground zero. You need to recognize, you need to accept the fact that you are starting from zero. Develop the mindset. Know where you are starting from. Know where you are. Know the country you are. Because when you understand the country you are, you know the possibilities in that country. You have nothing. You are starting from zero. Understand where you are. You are in a country, for example, you are in a country like Nigeria. Understand that you are in a country like Nigeria. Understand the disadvantages of being in a country like this, and understand the advantages of being in a country like this. Many people focus on the disadvantages and create very good excuses from what they are focused on. But I want to tell you that at the end of the day, even if your excuses are very good, no one is coming to save you. Develop that mindset of taking responsibility. No one is coming to help you. Stop complaining about your friends that does not want to help you. Even if they promise to help you, what if they never come to help you? And what if they even try to help you and it doesn't work? And stop feeling bad that your friend does not want to help you, because in most cases, both of you are going through the same circumstances, the same country, the same government, the same system. You've not been able to help yourself, and you are angry that someone else is not able to help you. You don't wonder if that person has finished helping himself. So take responsibility for your life. Be responsible for your responsibilities. And this is a wider point, because when you talk about responsibility, some people do not even know what is their responsibilities. As a man, your responsibility is for yourself. Yes, for yourself. But when you get married, your responsibility increases. A single man, Your responsibility is for only you. When you get married, your responsibility is for you and your wife. And when you give birth, your responsibility is for you, your wife, and your children. That's when you give birth. When you decide to increase your responsibilities, that's left for you. You see, you can decide to help a lot of people. You can decide to help family members and all this, which is good, but you must understand that that is not your responsibility. You can decide to be emotional about it, but when you fail, because you are not able to place priority on a responsibility, those same people you were trying to help, they would not listen to you. They will laugh at you. You see that now? Yeah. The problem we have today is that some people take responsibility that is not their responsibility. And they have emotional explanation about it. I know there are some exceptions. For example, you are trying to survive and you have a sick parent. Obviously, that is an exceptional condition. You have to do everything you can, everything in your power to assist that sick parent, because your sick parents cannot take care of themselves. They can't, even if they wanted to, because they are sick. And it depends on the sickness, because there are some sicknesses that the person can still walk. Why am I saying this? Because so many times people try to shift their responsibility to others. Meanwhile, they are also adding other people's responsibility to themselves. When you are struggling to survive, be careful, recognize your responsibility. I believe we have discretion, we have our brains. You know, a wise man was speaking the other day that God gave us our brains so that we would not disturb him so much. I believe you know what I'm talking about. You must learn how to balance, even if you decide to help. When you are struggling, be careful the kind of responsibility you accept to yourself. That's the first point. You must have that mindset, the right mindset. Know where you are. Know that you should not remain where you are. Know that you are in a country that might not give you all you want. Know that no one is coming to save you, and you are responsible for yourself. This is number one. How to start from zero. Number two, understand that there is no one who really has zero. We have something. If you are listening to me right now, you are listening to me because you had the means to listen. You had the data. You had power. You see that? This is number two. You had data. You had power. And you have a device. So you have something. So you are not starting from completely zero. What are you doing with what you have? That is number two. Learn valuable skill with your data, with your phone, with that power. When you are happy that, there is power, use it to charge your phone. You have data. Use it to learn valuable skill. I've learned some skills online that I charge people 200,000 to learn. I learn them for free online. If you come to me, you want to learn this skill, I'll charge you 200,000 to learn it. You see that? So I will teach you the practicals, and the practicals are online. You see that now? So there are several valuable skills online. Just because some people want followers and views, they teach some valuable things that they are just too valuable that you wonder how much they should charge if they were to charge you. And so many people don't place value on them because they did not charge them anything. Go online with this same data you are using to watch this video. Learn valuable skills. How do you know a valuable skill? First of all, what is value? A valuable person is needed by everyone or is so useful in the place where he is needed. For example, if you are a doctor, you are most valuable in the hospital. Most valuable in the hospital, or most valuable where someone is sick. And the kind of skill you learn, how valuable that skill is, the people who place demand on that value will determine how much you will get. There's a saying I heard the other time. That saying is so powerful. He said, your miracle is in the process that you are avoiding. Or rather, he said, your breakthrough is in the activity that you are avoiding. Let me give you an example. I'm into real estate, and when you want to employ somebody in real estate for marketing, you see people fidgeting like, oh, I don't know how to market. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Do you know your name? When you were born, you didn't know your name. Even to your name, you learned it. You learn marketing. Oh, I don't know how to market. I don't know how to do this. In real estate, the most valuable skill in real estate, as powerful as real estate is, the most powerful skill in real estate is marketing. I know marketing is broad. You see that now. Learn valuable skill. You see some people, they tell you, oh, I don't like marketing. Oh, I don't know how to market. I don't like No one knows anything except they learned it. You went to school because you knew nothing. Even as simple as the alphabet, nobody knows numbers or alphabet. That's why they went to school. You can learn anything. Learn to take responsibility. Remember, that's number one. No one is coming to help you. The most valuable skill in real estate is marketing. In real estate today, you have a job as a marketer in any company. No matter how powerful the real estate company is, if you are a marketer and you know your job very well, you can make billions, and you are already employed in every real estate company. There is no real estate company you are going to tell today that they will tell you, oh, we don't need marketers, or we don't even need contract marketers. They don't have to pay you monthly, but you can market for them. So there is also digital marketing. You can learn that skill very well and be a digital marketer for any firm. You can be at home and understand digital marketing, striking deals with real estate companies, striking deals with high ticket companies, and start selling for them, and you are getting commissions. There are times you can also get markups. Markups is when they give you rights to add to their property, and they are giving you at a very good price, and you are selling at your own price. You see that? So you can actually learn marketing online. And guess what? For free. And guess what? You can learn marketing from universities online for free. And maybe you pay a token and they give you a certificate for what you've learned. And you can print out your marketing certificate and send it into any company that you can market for them, and you will name your price. As a marketer, you can name your price. You said, I want this commission. Increase your price. Is this the commission I want? You can increase your price, but this is what I want. Because you know what you are doing. Because you are that valuable. Without marketers, companies don't make anything. You see, that's a very valuable skill. That's number one. So I'm just giving you an example of valuable skills that are online that you can learn for free. Learn something, develop yourself. I'm not going to mention mentorship, Because to get a mentor, you have to. I won't mention mentorship for now, because you could do that later. When you start having some money, you pay a mentor and he will teach you. You could also serve a mentor and they will teach you, but there are some mentors that don't want you to serve them. They already have too many people serving them. So how do you learn from them? Go and learn from them online. Every mentor has something to say online. You check what they have said online and learn from them. There are some mentors you will never meet in your life. I have several mentors that don't even know I exist, but I'm eating their resources online for free. You don't just listen to a podcast or a training and you go and sleep. No, you eat it. You listen again and again. When you have a mentor, somebody who is already succeeding, excelling in the fields that you are interested in, maybe real estate or selling high ticket, someone like Dan Locke, you see that now? Someone like Grant Cardone, you consume their materials. You download their books. The books are for free. They are video books. I'm not telling you to buy any book right now, because you are starting from zero. You download the book for free. Download video book for free. Download PDF book for free. Download audio reader. You use your audio reader to read those PDF. You have to be disciplined. You need to say no to your friend's party. Oh, I'm having a birthday party. Oh, they are going to be strippers. They are going to be this. They are going to be that. You have no business there. You have no business there. Why? You are working on yourself. You are developing yourself. Opportunity is going to come. Definitely. There's a saying I believe you know already, that success is when opportunity meets with preparation. You see that now? But I will also tell you that an extremely prepared person can create opportunity and have success from every circumstance. I will say it again. An extremely prepared person can create success. You see that? Can create opportunity and have success from every circumstance. Extremely prepared. Let me give you an example. In the Bible, there is someone, a popular story called the story of David and Goliath. There was a fight between the Philistine and the Israelite, and David's elder brothers, siblings, they were there. They went to fight. Eliab was one of them. David took food to them, but David saw that there was trouble. Even in the point of trouble, because David was already too prepared for that circumstance. He was so prepared. He took advantage of trouble. Trouble became an opportunity. You know the story. David knew he had killed a lion. He had killed a bear. And this uncircumcised Philistine was just like the bear. Was just like the lion. And he was like, what will be given to me? See, you see, those things you call trouble, those things you call problem, those things you call disadvantages in Nigeria or in any country you are. If you are prepared and valuable enough, you can take advantage of them. Yeah. You see, there are different kind of people. There are pessimistic people, and there are people who are productive. They are positive. To know pessimistic people, you see them in comment section. Pessimistic people are always in comment section. When you see people share great ideas online, and when you go to the comment section and you see to recognize a pessimist, they write. They're always the first to write, because they're always online. They're always online reading what they didn't send them to read, or watching what they didn't send them to watch. They type things like, oh, it's easier said than done, and they have done nothing in their lives. Pessimists. Anywhere you see problem, if you can solve the problem, you have just created value, and value must be paid for. And one thing some people don't understand about value is that sometimes value is not paid for immediately, but value must be paid for. It is a law. Seed time and harvest shall not cease. Anytime there is value, it must be paid for. You might not reap where you sow. You see that now? But you must reap what you sow. It's compulsory. Sometimes when you plant underground, you pluck the fruits above. It's not all plants that are under the ground that you have to reap. You have to dig the ground to reap. But when you dig the ground, it looks as if your seed is not seen. But that mango you planted today, many years later, you'll be plucking it not underground. You pluck it up. So choose an extremely valuable skill and learn it online. Pick one or two. Learn it very well. After learning it, don't start charging people for your skill. Look for people you can do it for free or almost free. Free or almost free. Now you've been studying on real estate sales, how to sell, real estate marketing, or studying marketing online. There are books like Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Very powerful book. You see, you can download that book for free. You can download the audio version and play it over and over. There's a great man that says, if you can read 10 books on any field, you already know more than 90% of the people in that field. Why? People are not serious. A lot of people just want to copy anything easy. You see somebody started doing POS, and now everybody is doing POS. You go to the market, you find out that there are more POS people than the people selling. I know I'm just trying to exaggerate a bit, but you know what I'm talking about. Anything that looks easy, that brings money, everybody copies it. But there are some things that are so valuable. You can be selling for up to 10 real estate companies if you know how to market. There are also AI skills today that you can learn. You can learn AI automation and help companies to automate their AI, to automate their system, automate the company with the AI skill. There is digital marketing skill, which is extremely valuable. You can help companies to promote their products. You can learn that online. Learn it very well, because there are a lot of mediocres in that field also. So you can start from zero. You start from zero by developing yourself. Invest in yourself. And when you start having little money, there are some books that you could not download for free. Go and buy those books. There are some books that your mentors made mention of that were not free. Buy those books. Don't take your money and say, oh, I've gotten my money, I want to start enjoying myself. No. You have to become a leader. What got you where you are, you need to keep pushing on it so that it could keep you and even take you higher. Because there is competition everywhere. So when you keep investing in your knowledge, developing yourself. Number 3, save to invest. You see this now? I didn't say just have savings. No. Mostly when you're in a country like Nigeria, you don't just save, because the paper money is falling. is dropping, losing value, you don't just save like that. You save to invest, or you save by investing. I've said two things now, because sometimes you want to invest and the money is not enough to invest. You are saving, maybe you are doing something like contribution or thrift, till you get something reasonable that you can use to invest, and you invest into real estate. And the best investment I can advise you to invest into is what we call land banking. And that's one, you are investing, you are saving by investing. It's called land banking. Land banking is as simple as saving into land instead of saving in your bank account. When you save in your bank account, the returns that you get is so little. So little. How did I make my first 10 million, 20, 30? How did I make money in real estate? I made money in real estate, a lot of money in real estate. I made all the money, most of the money in real estate, or the money I use in starting big time. I made everything from what we call land banking. Invest your money, save your money, invest it into land. Land appreciates. The reason why land appreciates, one of the main reasons why land appreciates, is because human beings need space, and more human beings are coming to the world every day. And guess what? The space is not increasing. And because of global warming, even the space is reducing. Yes. The population is reducing the space, water is reducing the space. So God is not creating more earth, but more people are coming to the earth. So what do? Demand pull inflation. And where on earth has the highest return on investment? Places with high population, places with high accommodation deficit, places like Nigeria with about 300 million people, and the accommodation deficit in Nigeria, as at 5 years ago, now this is 2026, as at 5 years ago, it was over 22 million housing deficit. And Lagos stood out. Lagos was number one, the state with the highest accommodation deficit. You wonder, I think they are building every day, people are renting every day. Lagos still has the highest accommodation deficit till date. Lagos has over 3.3 million units deficit. That's housing unit deficit. And has over 17.8 million people. You can imagine. So that is enough to create a demand pull inflation. So how do you do land banking? How do you save into land? You're just starting from scratch. Remember, know where you are. Don't forget, listen to this video again. How do you do land banking? I'm just going to give you a short training on land banking so that you will know what land banking is. Now, land banking is buying land in a developing area and keeping it for some years. I'm going to tell you for free the best place to buy land for land banking in Nigeria, in Africa, and I believe even in the world right now. First of all, how do you know the best place to buy land for land banking? I didn't say the best place to buy land to build and sell. No. The best place to buy land for land banking. And this place is going to be the best place to buy land for land banking for the next 5 years. And after 5 years, I think another place may take over. You see that? So I will tell you the best place to buy land for land banking in Africa before the end of this section. Now, how do you know the best place to buy land for land banking? The secret behind land banking is what we call hotspots. Just know the place. Now, we all know that real estate is all about location. So when you are doing building and selling, it's all about location. When you are flipping properties, it's all about location. If you are flipping lands, it's all about location. When you are doing land banking, it's all about location. When you are buying properties for events, it's all about location. When you are buying property or renting a property to develop it for short lets, it's all about location. Real estate is about location. Even if you are getting a farm, land for farming is all about location, because there are some locations that your crops might not do well. There are some crops that might not do well in some locations, and some locations might not be close to where you have to process your harvest. It might not be close to the market where you want to sell. It's real estate is about location, location, location. That's why you hear real estate is all about location, location, location. Because anything you want to do in real estate is about location. Now, how do you know the best place to invest in real estate? Now, what do you want to do in real estate? Some people ask me, where is the best place to do real estate? And I ask, real estate is broad. What do you want to do in real estate? If you are talking about land banking, we have to consider the real meaning of land banking. Land banking is buying land and holding it for a long time, at least for over a year or 2 years or 5 years, as the case may be. There are some lands today I intend to hold for 30 years or 20 years. There are some land that I hope to hold. There are some land I planned holding for 10 years, but it did so well before 7 years. So you can sell if you want to, but you're still going to do very well. If you want to hold, you can hold. So hotspots is the secret to land banking. So what are hotspots? Hotspot is the place that we do well the most. Any location that we do well the most in your country or wherever they are selling land. Where is the hotspot? The hotspot. How do you identify hotspots? One of the strong pointers of identifying hotspot is it's anywhere that is close to already commercialized, overpopulated, extremely expensive location. If it is close to overpopulated, saturated, commercialized, and extremely expensive location. For example, Lekki Phase 1 was a hotspot about 40 years ago, 40, 50 years ago, when development was still around, majorly around VI. Every company's headquarters was coming there. A lot of activities was going on there. So if you had bought a land in Lekki Phase 1 as at 40 years ago, maybe you would have bought the land about 200,000. And now a land in Lekki Phase 1 is almost about ₦1 billion, depending on where exactly it is there. You see that? So, land banking is actually knowing where we do well the best. So if you want to buy a land, the first pointer is how far is it from an already existing commercial, overpopulated, expensive location. That's the first pointer to know a hotspot for land banking. The second pointer to know a hotspot for land banking is to know the plan of government. What is the plan of government for that place? The future plan of government. What does government intend to do in that place? What does government intend to do in that location in the next maybe 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years? What's the master plan of the government? There are some places that the government intends to do some heavy infrastructures that will bring in billions of dollars. They will spend they spend billions of dollars for those projects, and people already know those infrastructures that we put in place. Is not secret. So places like that are hotspots. Those are pointers to hotspots. Another pointer to hotspot is that the places will be already habitable. That means people could stay there. There are already things that could help people to stay. Now, what are the things that make people stay in places, that can help people to stay in places, that make places habitable? Things like hospitals. Hospitals should be there. Police stations should be there, for security, and there should be a road network to that area. Those are pointers. Those are hotspots pointers. Another pointer to hotspot is to know the location that industries, either private sectors or government industries, that will be going in somewhere. Now, I spoke about governments having plans, for example, like airports. Now, I'm talking about private sectors having plan to have industries, companies, multinationals having intentions, planning to have a site in those places. Those are pointers. We have several pointers. I'm just mentioning a few. You see that? I'm just mentioning a few, just to let you know how to start from scratch. Those are places. And the best hotspots that I've told you before, sometimes people take some things for granted, maybe because they did not do their own research. I would like you to do your own research. Where is the best place to invest in land banking? How did I get to know this place? When I was just starting up, I did my research. Something happened many years ago. My mom bought a plot of land for about 40,000 naira, somewhere around Igondo on the mainland. And after some years, she sold that land for 50 million. I think it was about maybe 15 years or thereabout. So when I began to calculate the difference in price, I was like, is this possible? Is this possible? That was what attracted me into real estate. I was like, is this possible? How could somebody make so much profit? 40,000 to 15 million. How did that happen? Many years ago. So I had that plan in my head that I am going to learn how to do this. I'm going to look into this business. I'm going to do something like this. So when I was interested in starting real estate, I was like, what do I do? I don't have money. What do I do? How do I start real estate? How do I buy my own land? So I started doing my research. I started doing my studies, starting from zero. You see, there are so many teachers out there. Most of them know what they are saying. Many of them, I believe, knows what they are saying. But not all of them have experienced what they are teaching. So they might not be able to guide you from zero. Some had capital. I have one of my mentors, one of the people I listen to online. He's very good, but he started with some hundreds of millions of naira in real estate. You can't, of course you can listen to him, but he might not be able to show you how to start from scratch. You might not believe him if he tell you how to start from scratch, because he didn't start from scratch. He didn't start real estate from scratch. So I'm telling you how I started from scratch. When I started doing my studies, online. I went online. These are the steps I took. I went online to learn. I kept asking Google, how do you do real estate? How do you enter into real estate with little or nothing? And I began to watch some videos. And from everything I watched, I found out that what stood out was that starting real estate with little, you need to do land banking. The secret of doing real estate with little is starting with land banking. So what did I do? I did a thorough research, a study on land banking itself. I wanted to know what land banking is. And I did my personal research, and I found out that the best place for land banking I have seen on Earth, on planet Earth, is right here in Nigeria, in Lagos. Because in this place, 350% is possible in a year. But you see, most times Nigerians complain about things that are not working, but they ignore what is working. It is possible to make up to 350% return on investment in Ibejuleki, Lagos. Real estate. If you are going for land banking, if you get a very good deal between 200 or 175% to 350% return on investment, maybe in the first 2 years. You know, when the price is already going too high, the price cannot just keep shooting like that. That's why places like Lekki Phase 1, Lekki Phase 2, though they are still appreciating, they've already reached the peak. If you have 50 million, for example, and you want to invest in real estate, you can't do anything in Lekki Phase 1. Maybe you might rent a shop, and you did not invest in real estate. You can't buy anything from Lekki Phase 1. You can't buy anything from Lekki Phase 2. You can't buy any land. Maybe there are some hidden corners in Aja that you can buy a plot of land. But if you take that money, that same 50 million to Ibejuleki and plant it into a property, into a landed property, you can be sure, if you get a good deal, you can be sure of having 200% return on investment in a year. That means that money is going to worth about 150,000 naira. That plot of land that you spend 50 million buying could worth 150 million in 1 year. It depends on, I explained before, it depends on if the company that you're buying from they are doing pre-launch sales, pre-launch offers, discounted offers, promos. You can be sure that you are going to get up about 200, if not more, return on investment if you are doing land banking. And also, if you have maybe like 500 million, instead of putting 500 million into a land, say, I want to buy a land, you take 500 million into Lekki Phase 2, because 500 million cannot buy a plot of land in Lekki Phase 1 now, except maybe it's a half, maybe 300 square meter or 250 square meter. If you take that 500 million to Ibejuleki, you can buy maybe up to 50 plots. And if the document is not CFO, you can even process the document to CFO. You can fence the property, and you can get your property. You fence it and get it with that 500 million. You can even buy up to maybe 100 plots. If the plots are less than 5 million per plot. If, for example, the plots are 3 million per plot, you buy 100 plots, you fence it and you get it, and you put CCTV camera like what we do for some of our clients in one of our estates. We'll fence it round, we'll gate it, we'll put camera in the land. You can view your land from anywhere you are in the world. So if you decide to farm there, or if somebody is farming in your farm, in your estate that you've just built an estate. If somebody is farming there, you can view what is going on in your land, because there's a camera there, there's a gate, and there's a fence. And if you want extra services, we can put a security guard inside your estate, and you have your own estate, and that estate will be inside our estate. So before anything can get to your estate, it has to go through our entrance. So you are double secured. So if you're starting from the scratch, remember, instead of thinking of this happened to this man the other time, or I was listening to one of my mentors, Matthew Ashimolowo, Dr. Matthew Ashimolowo, is one of my really highly esteemed mentors. I was listening to him, and he made mention of the Lekki Deep Sea Port was one of his properties that he bought then. But this property did not have documents, and he lost that property to the government. Do you know the expanse of land he lost to the government? If that had happened to a lot of people, they would give up. They will say, no, I'm not going to do real estate again. Oh, government carries people's land. Oh, government do this, government do that, government. You see that? But this man, this my mentor, is still one of the most blessed men in real estate today. Why? He didn't stop there. Just because something happened to somebody you know, or because something happens to you, does not mean it's going to happen to you again. Learn from it and do better. Learn from it and do better. Something happened to me when I was investing, when I just started, when I was buying land for real estate, land banking, I was doing that. What happened? The first plot I bought, I paid for 10 plots. The first plot I bought in Ibejuleki, the whole area was taken by government. Government took the whole area. You see that? So I was just grateful to God that I bought through a company. So because I bought through a company, the company explained everything to me. Then I didn't know how to do due diligence. So the company explained everything to me, and they just transferred me to another of their location. You see that? So thank God I didn't do it myself. So when you are starting up something, it is good for you to do it with someone. Do it with a trusted company. Okay? We could teach you how to do due diligence. Even if you are buying a property from our company, we can teach you how to do due diligence so that you can be sure of what you are doing. We can give you trusted properties. We have integrity. You see that? Yes. So if you are starting from the scratch, I made mention of you spending time to develop yourself. You have something. You have data. You have data. Many times, people live the way they want to live and complain, put all the blame on the government. The government is not the reason why your life is the way it is. It's not possible. Because if it was the government, everyone would have been like you. Or everyone would have been in the same circumstance. But some people are living above the circumstance. And when you talk like this, most times people will say, it's because they have opportunity. Many of them are also in the government. They have a relative that is in the government. It's not true. Not everyone has a relative that is in the government. It is because many times we use common sense. And when you use common sense, you don't develop yourself. You become part of the masses. You see that? You become part of the common man. You say, what will the common man do? Do I care about the common man? Yes. I was one of them. Why shouldn't you care about the common man? But should the common man always remain common? If he wants to. In life, nobody is going to help you make decision for you. You are going to make decision for yourself. You either remain a common man thinking with common sense, you don't want to acquire knowledge and start thinking better, have a better, superior understanding, and start living a superior life. Superior to who? Superior to your previous self. Not developing yourself to pepper people. No. You want to be the better version of yourself so you can do better, so you could help people. The best thing you can do for a poor person is for you to get wealthy and help the poor person and show an example to that poor person. So it is possible to start from the scratch, but it is not simple. It is possible. You can do it, and if you don't do it, no one is going to help you. No one is going to do it for you. So I just shared with you how to know hotspots. I just shared with you the first step is for you to develop your mind, change your mind. Just change your mind. Stop thinking like a failure. Stop thinking it's not possible. Take the step. Yeah, I understand I'm starting from ground zero. Yeah, I decided to take the step today. I am responsible for my life. Now I'm going to take that decision. I'm responsible for my life, and I'm going to start teaching myself what I want to know. Because if I know what I need to know, I will do better. So you start teaching yourself, get to know what you need to know. From there, try to be the best in what you know and what you are doing. Try to be the best. If you are the best in your field, you will be sought for. And if you're sought for, you are valuable. Now it depends on who is seeking for you. If billionaires are seeking for you, you will become one of them. So these things will take time and you take discipline. So we're going to stop there for now. If you have any questions, you can drop in the comment section. Okay, we are going to stop there. So thank you for joining the Billionaires Mentors View today. Kindly subscribe and share and follow. Thank you.